Listen, boys, it's late, okay? When I say late, I mean, like, um, it's 9. Thank you, Java. Um, but it's not super late. I mean, I stay up later than this. Like, I stay up till like midnight, but listen, the parents don't like me streaming past even like 10. So we might have a real short stream on our hands. But I also could just keep quiet. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen though. So I'm gonna try and stream tomorrow as well. Maybe if I have the time or care enough to. But this is what we're trying to do for tonight. All right, real quick. Just trying to get one stream out of the week. All right. All right. I'll be. Okay, so I was like, dude, I can't stream that long tonight. I might just have to do one tomorrow, but I want to try and at least do one. Maybe I'll try and find a short game. Couldn't find any. And I was like, alright. That's a little bit of a problem. I was thinking like Limbo, maybe something like that, maybe Inside. I don't have it downloaded. I'm like, great. This music's a little bit too loud. A tiny bit. I like a little bit quieter. Alright, so now I'm just here and I'm like, well, what game can I play? And I was like, oh, Breath of the Wild. I can do 5 minutes stream, and that technically is a full Breath of the Wild game. I'll see what I can do tomorrow. I've just been like, well, now what do I play, kind of thing. I always can go back to Breath of the Wild, but like, I don't know. Do I really want to continue with Metroid Dread? And I still haven't gotten my Nintendo Switch Online thing yet, because I was like, oh, I will do it with the credit card I'm getting. I was declined because they don't have me in their system, because I'm not in Quebec or whatever, because all of their banks are in Quebec. And so now I'm just like, well, oh, one more thing. I actually did get something. I got a Roku stick. So let me show what a Roku stick is for anyone that doesn't know. I can just explain it to you while I'm looking it up. A Roku stick is it's a little stick or device, whatever, block, cable, whatever, that you plug into your TV that isn't a smart TV. And it basically makes your TV a smart TV, so you can watch here. Browser, where are you? There you are. Ooh. Yeah, there it is. It looks a little scuffed on here. So basically you plug this into your TV And it basically just, you can watch Netflix, you can watch YouTube, Spotify, Disney Plus, all of that. And then you also get the Roku channel, which I was like, oh sweet, you can, because now I can watch Weird, which is Weird Al's movie parody thing. So yeah, that's something I got, and so now I can watch. I made this little video where I was watching Evangelion on this TV, and I wanted to do one where I was taking a video where I was watching Dragon Ball, but they don't really have any internet browser apps, and so I was like, I had to screen mirror from my phone, but then if I like actually wanted to record it, I couldn't do it from my phone, and it's like, well, how am I gonna do it then, you know? So I couldn't do that, but it looks pretty cool, I will say, and it's kind of just cool to be like, oh look, I'm watching YouTube on fucking 20-year-old hardware. The TV was made in like 2008, I think. They were still making fucking CRTs back then. All right. So let's get to the game, huh? Oh yeah, give me a second. All right, there we go. Ooh. Okay, so I did get Sonic. I did also buy Sonic Frontiers and Bayonetta 3 on the same day. I don't know. I still haven't beaten Sonic Frontiers, and I haven't even beaten Bayonetta 1, which I don't even know if it's going to be a series that I stream. Just because, I don't know, there's copyrighted songs in there, technically. So I'm like, I don't know. Off the music now. And now we get into chill mode, ladies and gentlemen. Which is where I stare at a TV for 30 minutes and don't speak a single word, and then the stream is over. Isn't that fun? Don't you want to do that for an hour? Oh wow, no audio. That's bold. I'm gonna mute this, by the way, just so there's no... I can't, because there's gonna be a delay anyways. Wait, no. This is the wrong... Yeah, it's the wrong save. Wrong person playing it. I think, yeah, I think I chose that one the other time. I don't even remember what we were doing. It's been so long. When was that last? I can't read that. September 1st? Sorry, I need to go grandma on this. No, September 21st. Okay. Sounds about right. I don't know. Oh yeah, and look, there's nothing on the other side, which yeah. Oh, I actually maxed it just a little, just to brag a little bit. I maxed out my stamina in my other playthrough. That was cool. Do I have these inverted? That feels much better. Alright, guess let's just follow my stamp things here. Go to the blue one. Seems closer. I'm sure we'll make it. Okay, I've got some good weapons. I feel like this is a great game to play while like reading chat, kind of like Power Washer Simulator, because you're not really paying attention. I mean, you are at some points, but you're not super paying attention, and it's like, oh, that's great, I'll play it for my stream for 0 viewers, or for 1 viewer that talks maybe once and then leaves. Because now it's just dead silence and I got nothing to talk about. What do I have to talk about, huh? I'm just trying to think. I don't think anything oh, you know what? I do actually have a topic I'd like to talk about. I read a manga that broke me. Logically. The anime is called, no, not the anime, fuck me. The manga is called, fuck. Not called fuck. Fuck. It's not called fuck. It is called, what's it called again? It is called Trail of Blood. That's what it is. Just popped in my mind. Where it's a psychological horror anime where a mother pushes her nephew off of a cliff, and her son sees, and she pretends like he fell and basically makes her son like believe her that he fell and she didn't push him, basically gaslighting him into believing that, which is like crazy. I mean, it's none of that Junji Ito, like where it's like, ooh, monsters. No, this person is just a genuine psychopath. I laugh about it, but it genuinely like fucked with me. It genuinely did, dude. It was that, and then I also read Junji Ito's, funnily enough, No Longer Human, which is about a dude who is basically like fully emotionless and pretends to be a clown around his like family or whatever, but really he's just this like emotionless person. And those were great reads to read back to back, and you know, I really felt great afterwards. I did not. I felt this is very personal, but I have no one else to share this with, so I will share it to viewers of none, so that when people watch this back, they'll be like, hey dude, are you okay? I'm perfectly fine, by the way. It's just for a while, I think I kind of had that feeling, not of sadness or depression, I would say, but more of just like, I felt very melancholic, I guess you could say. Not depressive, but very melancholy. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel, I felt like the sort of manga dude where it's like he had no emotions, where I'm like, I feel like I just, like, I can't, like, I'm not like angry, sad, or happy. I'm just kind of nothing, you know? That sounds very bad when I explain it, but like, I'm fine. I think I'm fine. I'm still laughing, so who knows? But yeah, that's what happened with me. And so that kind of messed me up for, I'd say, a day. No, I'd say 2 days. It kind of just shocked me and just kind of left me, because there's about 130 or so chapters. I read all of them, at least in Trail of Blood, and just kind of reading it as the main character, the son, because he's technically the main character. He kind of slowly just went down and spiraled, and it was just kind of very hard to read, because you're kind of rooting for him to like get out of this and somehow like be the bigger person or whatever and like be the hero, but in the end he actually like the push off the cliff doesn't initially kill the cousin, and so what he believes eventually is that his mom did it because he secretly wanted him to be pushed off. So he made himself believe that his mom was doing that for him because he secretly wanted it. It sounds so messed up when I explain it, but like it is true. Like that did happen. Not in real life, thank God. I've been thinking about that also as well. There's a really messed up anime. Not messed up. Shit. There's a really, I guess it is kind of messed up. It's just very sad, I would say. This very sad anime by, or it was animated by the people at I don't remember, Ghibli Studios, called Ghosts of Fireflies, and that was probably the saddest movie I've probably ever seen, actually. I don't think there's been a movie that made me cry that much, because I think it made me cry throughout the entire movie. It's easy to make me cry, but like, I'm not saying it was hard to make it. I'm not saying like, ooh, it's hard to make me cry, and this made me cry. No, I'm saying, like, this, like, if you do cry easily, you will cry throughout the entire thing. In my opinion, that's what I think. Because I cried through the entire thing, and that shit got messed up, bro. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill this dude. So basically what that one is, so now let me tell you about Ghost of Fireflies. Ghost of Fireflies is about a kid who, with too much pride, who lost his mother during 1945 Hiroshima because the bomb went off, and I believe she was a burn victim and didn't make it, and he was very prideful, and he didn't like being taken care of being taken care of by his aunt, and he and his little sister basically went out on their own, but he kind of was like the one protecting her, basically, sort of. And so it's very sad. And so, you know, eventually gets to a point where it's like they haven't eaten, they're so kind of just like malnourished and like bruised and just like awful. And I think when he comes back one day, his sister I believe is sucking or eating a marble, which she believes to be candy. And it's just so horrible. I'm glad I get to introduce these to you guys of 0 viewers, because this is now my therapy, by the way. I don't know. I think it's just like this. The little sister's like 3 or 4, and she eventually like just snaps. Pretty much, and it's just like you don't see it happen, but it just like you can tell, because she's literally just sucking on like a marble as if it was like basically a thing of gum or whatever. And just seeing that scene was so like horrifying. I burst out into tears there, and I'd do it again. No, but I do maybe want to watch that movie again and try not to cry, but I think I will cry, because I'm an emotional man. God damn it. I have emotions. And I was you know what's funny, after this I was like, is this what truly after reading both Trail of Blood and No Longer Human, I'm like, is this what every man feels like? They have no emotions and they just kind of feel nothing. And then like today, I was going for my walk as I do. Yeah, and I was like, no, I feel something. I feel something again. So I have my emotions back now. And yeah. But before I was kind of just like very just not, it's very hard to describe. It's not sadness. It's not anger, it's not happiness. It's just kind of like dullness. If that's any way to describe it. And gonna say people are gonna be like in the chat being like, go to a therapist, you fucking moron. Don't talk to your chat like this. Hey, you're right. Okay, you're right. But I'm not man enough to go through a therapist, man. I'm not that strong yet. Now let's get back to the game, huh? I'm still excited for fuck, what is it? Tears of the King? Is that what it's called? Tears of the Kingdom? I'm still excited. I just you know what? I probably will just have to go back. I kind of forgot it was happening, and then I was doing the Game Awards stuff, and it was like most anticipated game, and it mentioned Tears of the Kingdom, and I was like, all right, you know what? I am actually hyped for it again, and I voted that as my most hyped, because I'm not hyped for any other fucking game, dude. Blah blah blah. Fuck off. Actually, I've never seen this side quest before. Bro, and I'll be honest, I've looked for like videos on listen, this is gonna be the entire topic of the stream, okay? This is all I've got. Cause it left an impression on me. A big impression, alright? And like I haven't, at least with a Trail of Blood, I haven't seen many videos. I was like, ooh, what's that one? Cause I actually like looked for it because there was a video on it of like this manga broke people, and I put a comment on there and I said this manga broke me, because it did. I think it legitimately like broke me. Oh, and you know what? I'm just gonna like paraphrase the story. So, because I'm bored and I got nothing to do. This is how I get through my pain. All right. Basically the the little, actually, does it matter if I go down this whole rabbit hole of I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna skip. So here, I'll shorten it down a lot for you. So basically there's a girl in his class. Also the boy's like 13, by the way. Let's just get that clear. The boy's 13, whatever. His mom ties his shoes for him. She does everything for him. She's like basically overprotective helicopter parent to the max. She wants him all for himself, or all for herself. I don't know. Hold on, let me kill this guy. What amount of arrows am I? Nope, I got 4 left. I didn't mean to hurt the horse. I'm sorry. Okay, so the kid, right? Kid's in like 8th grade or whatever, and this girl has a crush on him. So she gives him a letter, and his mom's like, "What's that letter?" Basically, and she's like, "You need to rip up that letter, because because you belong to me, basically. She's like, you don't give yourself to that bitch, basically. She's kind of like, I was like, oh, is it gonna go that way? And it doesn't, but it feels like it would, but it doesn't. They just kind of embrace. They don't do anything, they just kind of hug, and that's it, I think. So they rip up the letter and then they hug, whatever. And then I think he sneaks out, or no, by the way, he gains a horrible speech. The word? Horrible speech something. Horrible speech, whatever. Basically, he a horrible speech stutter. He basically develops a stutter. And like when he's alone with his mom, he can't speak, or he hasn't been able to speak. But with this new girl, crazily enough, when he's talking with her or being with her, he like was able to speak just fine. And so they get together or whatever. There's this whole thing where it's kind of weird. He like basically goes into her room because she also has a very like horrible father, basically. She hates her dad, but the dad isn't as bad as the mom because he's not a killer. He's just kind of like strict parent, whatever. And what else? Then he's hiding in her room because he doesn't want to be seen by his mother, and he's hiding from his mother. Shit. Alright, so anyways. So whatever, they hug. I don't think they actually have sex, because that's like technically illegal in Japan, whatever. They're actually young, so they don't do that. Also, it's not really about that, it's about horror, but whatever. There was a point in it where I was like, oh fuck, is the girl becoming like his mom, because she like threw something at her dad or something while they were running away, because the dad caught them or whatever. By the way, he comes his pants. He comes his pants. And fuck. That doesn't matter though. That's just a subplot. And the subplot. Anyways, moving on. What else happens? He comes back to his mom because he feels bad because he saw her crying for him, and he was like, okay, she actually like is not crazy now. And so he comes back. He's like, I apologize or whatever. I'll never run away again. And she's like, you cannot come. And she like not throws him outside, but she basically like pushes him out the door and says, you cannot come back into this household until you promise that you will never speak to her ever again or whatever, because that will make mother very sad or whatever. So he like promises or whatever, and then one weird thing is like he tells her or whatever that it's like, okay, I've told her don't come near me again, and then she's also mad because she's like I told you never even to go near her. And so that was weird, but then whatever. And then this is at the point of the story where like the cousin's mom, basically, I think the sister of the mom or the sister of the father, I can't remember, kind of catches on that the mom did it basically because the cousin was in a coma, but then he woke up and was kind of hinting towards that she pushed him instead of him falling. Cause he like did kind of teeter on the end and sort of fall, but then she caught caught him and then pushed him off while smiling. And that's like the most horrifying part of the book or manga. And then what the fuck is these? Man, I don't give. What was I talking about? Hey bro, I don't care. Just let me get on with the game. So they eventually find out, and then she's brought into jail or whatever, because she's like, she was like, oh, I lied to make them feel bad or whatever. No, wait, no, that's not how it goes. Dude, I'm doing it to myself now. That's what the son eventually believes, is that, like, by the way, the son eventually believes, because she gaslit the hell out of him, that she didn't do it and he just fell, and so he eventually replaces his own memory with the false memory of him falling instead of her pushing him. It's so fucked up. And so there's so much that happens, dude. That, like, there's so much that happens in the background too. There was one point where he, like, kind of confronted her on it and was like, hey, you did this and I'm mad at you for it and this is not okay. You're no mother of mine. And so she, like, tells him to kill her and is like, you won't do it, then I will kill you. And she, like, I don't think she fully strangles him, but she, like, definitely, she gets her arms around his neck. And then I think that was it. She never actually, like, choked him. I don't remember. But that's basically the extent of that. And then, or it was basically like a, if you think I did it, then you kill me to prove it. And it's like, no, that's not, that's stupid. Dude, I saw it. You fucking, not again. Motherfucker. Can I skip this? I cannot skip this. Shut the fuck up. I guess I better do this cutscene thing. Yeah, she does that. What else happens? I think there's points where there's a lot that happens even up till her getting arrested too. Like, but it's like, because there's, I was gonna say, because there's like 130 chapters, there's probably tension. Like, I felt tension. Like, I need to know what happens next because there's so much tension like happening at once for 80 chapters. For 80 chapters until I think it's her arrest, or that she gets taken in the station and gets questioned and whatever. Like, there's just this tension, and you just like, you just feel it, and you're like, oh, and you just see it getting worse. And like, there's some points where it's just like, yes, dude, yes, he's getting better. And then immediately after, he just breaks and goes back to his mom. And it's just the most heart-crushing thing, dude. You're just like, oh no. And so eventually she lands herself in jail or whatever. I think for a little bit. And he eventually believes that or this is at the point in the story where he starts to believe that he wanted him to die because that's what his mom did for him. And so he, I believe, he has this, I don't know, you never know what actually happens because it's all of the bias of the storyteller, which is technically him.
you're always looking at it through the kid's eyes, so you never see what actually happens. The cousin, at one moment it's snowing one night or one day, it's like 4 a.m., and the cousin, who I believe is older, just says, hey, we need to go to the mountain, and he's calling him, I believe, by his either his name. He's calling the main character by either his own name or like some other name or something. And it's like, that's not your name, that's my name. And it's like, no, I'm your mom or whatever. And that just gets kind of weird. And then like the main character sees the cousin as his mom, I think, for like a bit or whatever, and kind of just dream sequences that like when he was younger, this also actually happened when he was younger, his mom wanted to kill her son when he was like 3 or like days old, I don't know, and threw him off sort of cliff but also hill, basically. Super fucked up, by the way. Did I mention this book is fucked up? And eventually the main character gives in and pushes, like without even realizing, I think, that he did it, pushes his cousin off the hill, which does end up killing him. And so now the cousin is actually dead. And we never see the other side of what actually happened or what the cousin's testimony is, because he's dead, so we only see it from his eyes. So I was like, oh, I really wish like we could have seen what actually happened, or if it was like all an illusion kind of thing and he was just like the main character just went insane. I mean, by this point he's already kind of off the deep end. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. This far away, dude. I'm in a hurry. So anyway, by this point, the main character is now taken into jail because I believe either he confesses that he did it, I can't remember. I don't really want to read it again, honestly, but I need to know how it ends, because it hasn't ended yet. I thought it was a finished story, it has not ended. I'll still keep going into what happens. Basically, he's taken in for questioning or whatever. He says, I did it because mommy wanted him dead, because I originally wanted him, because, and this is where he starts to believe that as well. That's his, like, reasoning of why he pushed him and it ended up killing him, was because his mom did it because he eventually wanted it, and then he makes himself believe that. And then I think his mom eventually goes free because she starts saying again that she did not push him, that he fell again, and so they can't get a testimony, which is kind of dumb. I feel like that's just stupid enough. And then I think it's that they ask him again, and he's like, I don't know, because he's so traumatized at this point. So, I feel like I'm talking about a family member when I'm saying this, because I have such a like sad voice to myself. I don't mean to. It's just like I feel like I have a frog in my throat and I'm talking that way. But I'm just like having my voice. I don't know why. It just kind of sounds a little rough. But anyways, continuing on, because I know everyone here all of you zero viewers want to hear it. What happens next? So what does happen? I'm going off of all by memory, by the way. If you couldn't tell already. So he hasn't seen his mom. He's seen his lawyer and his father while in penitentiary or whatever. I don't know where he lives, and they keep saying, "Hey, your mom will be coming to see you," and she never does. And so the day of the trial arrives, and he finally sees his mom, and she's sitting next to him or whatever. I think he confesses, blah blah blah. I did it. I did it for her or whatever, and it's like talking about his mom, and the mom is like I don't have any children or whatever, or she says I don't want to be a parent anymore, and now I'm free because I don't have to be, because my son is going to jail because I made him, basically. I never wanted to have children, basically. So that's pretty fucking tough. And so I don't know. I don't remember. I think there's some scenes of him thinking about like his mom in jail or whatever. Yeah, there is actually. It's like, why did she do this? Is this what she wanted? What does this all mean now? Like, if she didn't want me to do this, then why did I do this? Kind of thing. And so there's a time skip in there. There's a time skip between jail and now. I guess he's gotten out. He doesn't really explain in the story. I don't remember. I don't think it gives an explanation of, oh, he's out of jail now. I think he was just given a certain amount of years because I think he was technically still too young. He was like too young to be tried as an adult. He was still like 13 at the time, maybe 14. So they didn't try him as adult, or he just got a very limited sentence, because by this time in the story, it time skips, and he is now 36, I believe. And he is just working. He's doing stuff. But he's kind of like what, he's kind of like what becomes of a character in No Longer Human, where he just doesn't kind of feel happy anymore. He just kind of feels drone-ish. And he still talks with his dad or whatever, and I think he tries to kill himself. I don't remember if he does before this, but I know his father eventually, I don't know if he falls ill, or if he falls ill, or if his dad just kind of passes naturally, but then he's like, finally, there are no more loose ends. This is what he's saying to himself, by the way. He tells himself, there's no more loose ends, now I can finally like die. And when he tries, a voice in his head, sort of like acting as like the mother voice, I'm assuming, tells him that he's like selfish for doing this. And he's like, why is this selfish? I have no more loose ends. There's no one that I need to stay alive for anymore. And then and in the will, he says, or the dad says, by the way, the dad like blamed himself through the entirety of the entire manga. It's like, all of this is my fault. All of the reasons why your mother acted this way and why you acted this way is because of me, which is just sad. Just very sad, because it's like, obviously it isn't his fault, but he just makes it his fault because he kind of has to. And he in his will, I believe, or in the instructions of where he wants to be buried and all that, he's like, I want to be buried in the hometown, basically, or whatever. And if you ever need to, your mother's contact info is on here, basically. And I think he eventually tracks her down one day. And even though in the story she looks how she's always looked, there are moments where they picture her or they show her as very old and graying, even though through it normally she looks how she always was, because she always had long black hair. But in some certain what is the word, certain parts of the manga, I don't know, not parts of the manga, part of the, like, little boxes, what do you call it, certain segments, I'll say, of the parts or whatever during while they're meeting shows her as this old graying woman, what she truly is now, but he still sees her as he did when he was like 13, when she was super young and all that. I swear I sound like I'm on the edge of tears. I am not. I don't know why. I need water, maybe. I'm just kind of talking. Oh no, is it this one? This one sucks. I'm not doing this one. Fuck this one. Seriously, I'm not doing this one. So anyways. This is what got me. Or should I get to that? Should I do that first? Should I say that first? Well, there's one thing that just kind of is just like, okay. One part is like when he first sees her, she's looking for a missing cat, and he's like, oh, she's like fucked up. She is old, she is senile, she's seeing things, she's not seeing a real cat. So he's like, I guess I'll help you, but I know that there's no real cat. I know that the cat is just a figment of your imagination. But they eventually do find a cat. I think. I don't know why. I guess that's just important, as that she is like somewhat stable, even though she isn't. Oh, the way he finds her, I believe, is someone mails him because like her rent is due and she's homeless or whatever, and she was taken into the police because she can't pay her rent for like 6 months straight. And that, I think that's how he gets in contact with her, and he talks to her and says, I don't ever want to see you again or whatever. After this I'll pay your rent, but don't ever contact me or whatever. And then I think that's when he tries and offs himself, but then it doesn't work because he still is like, I have to like see her again. Also, by this time she's still like purporting that she has no children. So she is like still in her mind like, I don't remember having this child, or this child isn't mine. I never had a son, basically. Fucked up. every once in a while I just have to say fucked up, bro. Just because I feel like I have to, right? I can't say this like a newsman and just be like, and the bodies were found. No, I have to be like, yeah, fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. A truly sticky situation. No, it's fucked up, bro. Basically he comes over again, I think, and he's like, you truly do not remember me, or something along those lines. Not actually, but like, it's like, are you like basically is like how can you not remember me or whatever? And she finally like goes like, I remember, because she still carried around a photo book and a photo album of her with him as a child, and she always carried that around apparently. Then that made me cry. When she was like, I still remember you. Or it's like, don't forget, I always remembered you, honey, and I couldn't forget about you. And that made me cry. That made me fucking cry. And I was like, fuck, dude, this is where the emotions happen. And the emotions did happen. Anyways, that is where the manga leaves off. I think she starts talking about her life and what she wanted to be. She wanted to be like an actress, and then she met like her husband, which was the father eventually or whatever, I think. and she was like, I was gonna go to Tokyo and be an actress or something, and that is actually where the manga leaves off. And it's still being updated as recent as the start of this November, and now I have to wait for the next chapter to come out, which I don't want to. I want it to end so that I don't have to keep reading it and feel like shit while I read it. But I just can't stop reading it. I have to read it till it's over, and I don't want to keep reading it, but I have to finish it once and for all. You know what I mean? One of those things where it's like I have to keep reading it, because if I don't, like, it's just kind of gonna be in my brain for the rest of the time, being like, hey, you never knew what happened, kind of thing. Anyways. Yeah, it's called Trail of Blood, and probably the most emotional, just in terms of any emotions of happiness, sadness, fear, anger at the characters, that I've probably ever felt reading a manga. And then that's what made me think, like, what's the most emotional I've probably felt watching an anime, and that's where Tears of or Ghosts, fuck, what is it called? Hold on. Now I gotta look it up. Ghost of the Fireflies, that's what it's called. Ghost of the Fireflies is the most emotional anime I've ever watched. Because yeah. Oh, by the way, Ghost of Fireflies is based off a true story but the guy actually lived, because in the first part of the movie, because it's a movie, it's not an anime, he's like, this is me and I'm dead. I'm dead on the train tracks, or I'm dead in a subway or whatever, because whatever, it has to be sad. But in the real story, the kid lives, and I don't know when he died. It was probably around 2013 or something, but he was around probably like 8 back in that time. And that's a true story that happened, where his sister really did die. Because and like there's a scene, this might be overhyped, or no, like it might have been hyperbolic, but like there's a scene where the kid is like out in a field and just scattering the ashes of his dead sister. Who is calling me? Dude, why at a time like this? Hold on, guys. I gotta be right back. Oh, thank you. They also, so my friend just told me that apparently only verified people can type in my chat for some reason. I don't know how that happened. And now he told me that the mic was off. Dude, I can't fucking see. Hold on. Oh wait, no. I can just go to the web browser. Hold on. Chat settings. That's so weird. I don't see that as a setting. Only verified people. The channel modes are followers, only chat, and slow mode. Well, now I gotta look this up. Hold on, guys. On your profile picture and select creator dashboard. Oh, I have to be in creator dashboard. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, I'm figuring it out. Sorry. I don't mean that actually. I don't mean it to be rude. Oh, I sent a screenshot in Discord. Alright. I see. Okay. Got it. That's just what he's seeing. Alright. This is how to enable, but I want to disable. Dashboard. Oh, I need to go to moderation. Okay. Chat verification, email verification, phone verification. Limited terms and phrases. Hold on. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out. Oh, do you know what it is? I think you have to have a verified email. You have to verify through your email. That's what it is, I think. If that makes any sense. I don't know. Check again. Brother. See it right here. Hold on. Also, my audio is fucked up too. Hold on. Get no audio. You start the thing. Brother, it says email verification. Discord. Yeah, dude, hold on. I'll literally show you what I'm seeing. Hold on. How do I screenshot the screen? I'll send this to you on Discord. File. Okay, it should just sent. So when it says verification, it means email verification. That's all the clarifying it shows. Oh, maybe a verified phone number? You can turn that off. That's what you mean. Bro, why do you want email verification off? That's my question. Why do you need that off, huh? I don't want to turn that off. I feel like you should be verifying your email. If I'm being so frank. Your account won't let you verify, no matter what you do. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll say for some viewers. I'll click for some raise. Hooray, hooray, I have a voice. Oh, hey, Bread, how's it going? I'm just trying to do something. What's some shatters? Why can't I, like... Okay, try chatting. Or hold on, I'll save it. Can I? Check if you can type. Yo, I need to close something real quick. Too. I fixed it. Give me a bit. Okay. All right. We're just doing some late night streams. I've talked about probably one of the most horrifying. Just to fill you in, over the course of an hour, I talked to the chat about the 0 viewers, by the way, about the most horrifying manga I've ever read. That's been my day. Oh, it's not even. What the fuck? Where's Elgato? I don't even have Elgato open. Hold on. Capture. Close, right? Okay, so let me. For this bitch. There. So now we just need to open it again, real quick. Sorry, just give me a moment. Never mind, that account is verified. I don't have access to it anymore, so I can't verify. That account is verified. I don't have access to it anymore. What do you mean? Oh, you just don't have access to phone number? Or that phone number or the email? Is that what you're meaning? I would just get in a call with you, but I don't. Okay. I had to make a different Twitch account. Alright. Oh, by the way, where the fuck is game capture, huh? Second. There we go. Bro, he's calling me. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna mute.
So,
hold on.
Gunther.
Hold on. Sorry about that. This stream was not meant to be that long, to take that long to fix an issue, but my friend's account, they verified their email, but they couldn't do it with their phone because it was linked to another account. So now people with a verified email can chat, or people have to have a verified email, but they don't have to have a verified phone number. I think that's fair. Because I would like some protection somewhat, in that some just bots can't just go in and say, hey, blah, 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 you know. They can't spam the N-word to get me banned, you know, and say, free titties at at sex.com, you know what I mean? Anyways, let's get continuing on with this game. How are you guys doing, huh? You guys is that's something that's something I found a while ago that I found really funny. A streamer does this that I watch. He instead of going I said to the guy, he says I says to the guy, I says to him. I love it. It's so stupid and funny. I says to the guy, I says to the guy. I says to him. Man. Oh fuck. I thought I placed it for real. For real. On God. Oh shit. I think I might wait, hold on. Can I make this? Imagine. Fuck. Couldn't make it. But I could if I was smarter. Work farther, not harder. Sorry, that came to my mind. I first thought work harder, or work smarter, not harder, and then I thought work farther, not harder. And that just came out. I had to say it. Speaking my truth right now. I'm sorry. Am I? I don't know. Breath of the Wild, anyways. Ooh, that green one. Let's go to that green one. Oh, it's right in that other direction that I was, dude. Come on, son. Ugh, okay, whatever. You guys still read? I haven't read a book. I feel like I haven't read a book since grade 12. And that was not a book. That was like fucking Shakespeare for English class. I feel like I haven't read a book in a solid like 4 years. Oh, it's kind of I've read so many books lately. It's great. I don't know, man. What is it about? What is it about a book that's so much better than just watching YouTube for 12 hours a day, feeling lifeless? Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I saw I don't remember where I saw this, but it was a part of a YouTube video, and they opened it up, and it was the Bible, the anime, and it was basically, I think, the entirety of the Bible, but in anime form, and that's probably how I will read the anime. Sorry, read the Bible. I will probably read the entirety of the Bible through manga form, and so that's what I have to contribute to that. Sorry. I've been since I got a I mentioned this earlier. I got a Roku stick connected to my CRT TV, and since then I've watched like one episode of Evangelion, and I've watched a little bit more of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, and so that's been fun. Oh, and also I've been watching Chainsaw Man, which is really good. It's really good. So, actually, you know what? It's funny. I want to tell you how I found out about Chainsaw Man. I did not find out about Chainsaw Man through. Wow, that's actually good attention to detail. You cannot place an ice block over this water because it's so hot. Because it's supposed to be like a hot spring area. Anyways, so the way I found out about Chainsaw Man was not through the anime coming out. It was not through discovering it on my own. It was through the trend of doing the sad cat dance, where if anyone hasn't seen it, it's like where a dude holds out cat ears and a bell necklace to a lady, whoever it is, and then like they do like a little dance or whatever, and it originally originated from the Anka dance, which was very popular, and a scene from Chainsaw Man from this character called Kobeni, who's standing around in a who's standing on a DDR machine with the main character Denji of Chainsaw Man being a chainsaw, and just like there's just blood splattered everywhere, and she's just dancing while that's happening. And so, oh shit, you know what, I'm gonna read it. And that's where I found out about Chainsaw Man. So I read a little bit of it, and I was like, oh shit, this is pretty good. And then like weeks later, it's getting an anime, and everyone is hyped. And I'm like, oh shit, this is pretty dope. All right, cool. So now I'm hooked on the anime. So I've been watching every episode since. And if you want to know what it's about this guy who has a dog who dies but becomes a part of him, and it's like a demon dog kind of situation where there's demons in the world, and basically this guy needs to use a lot of his blood, but he can become a chainsaw man, which basically means his head is a chainsaw with and his eyes are like the mount of the chainsaw where you hold it, like you hold like this, that becomes his eyes or whatever. And basically a chainsaw just right out, and then like spikes his teeth or whatever, and his arms in the middle are cut in half, like through here, through the middle, chainsaws, and he fights demons. No, he fights devils. Is it devils or demons? I can't remember. It's one of them. It's either I think it's devils. I think it's devils. Yeah. That's the plot of that. I have no one watching. His devils. Yeah. Oh, and you know what? The funniest thing, actually. Ooh. Oh. Shit. You had no audio of the game. Also, now I need to be quiet. So, his motivation throughout the story is guided in very naughty ways. The first thing is that he just wants a normal life. And then his second goal, his second thing that he wants to do is what the kids say and what he says. Cop a feel. Which basically means he wants to touch some titties. And that eventually happens. But then he's like, kind of like, well, that wasn't that great. What do I have to look for now? And then one of the other characters is like, who he kind of has a crush on. He's like, hey, it matters not that you did it. It matters who it's from. When it's from someone more personal, you'll like it more. Basically. And so then his whole thing is like, okay, but now I want to touch titties, but from the girl I like, basically. And so, that's his motivation for the story. And then another girl is like, hey, if you do this, or if whoever kills the next demon will get a kiss from me. And he's like, I don't need a kiss from you. Why would I want a kiss from you? I'm already gonna get anything I want from this other lady. And then she's like, I'll give you a French kiss. And he's like, oh! And he's like, bazunga. He's like, bazungas. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck. Hold on. He's like, yes, ma'am, basically. Fuck. Fuck. A very loud truck outside just revved its engine. Oh, there it goes again. You can't hear it, but it's there. They're still going, huh? Now there's not only people talking outside, but ringing of car engines. I think they're done now, though. And that's Chainsaw Man, I think. I think I've covered everything that you'd need to know before actually watching the show to get you hooked. I guess we should just go around looking for more towers to go up and do all the shit in. Bro, I swear, like... Okay, so the reason why I left for a moment is because my dad was like, it's too late to be streaming right now or be that loud. But I swear I fucking hear people downstairs fucking talking and shit. I swear I do, dude. I fucking swear I do. I hear them talking right now. They're talking right now. And he tells me it's out too fucking late to stream. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. But he can't say it's because the tenants are trying to get to sleep. Because I still hear them talking. Unless they're trying to go to sleep. In which case I understand, but it was quite a loud voice. Or sound that I heard. Fuck. I think I'm gonna stream for like 20 more minutes and then call it a night. And then maybe do another stream tomorrow. See if I have the time. Which I might, but you know. I usually like to try to get in as much rest as I can before I go to work. Or before the next day, which I go to work. Even though, you know, yeah, even though I do a closing shift, but hey. Rest is rest. I watched speaking of sleep, I watched a video on this guy who's like a sleep professional or whatever. Or a dude that like I don't know. He knows shit, okay. And he was like, people's sleep cycles, if you're naturally prone to sleeping later or whatever, or have trouble falling asleep earlier, it means that like you naturally and genetically are told to sleep later. But because we have such a bias on the early worm catches the bird theory, or those sort of people, the early morning people, that we don't let the people who stay up later get to do their natural sleep cycle. And I'm thinking he's right, and I want to believe him. But the other half, I'm thinking, if this dude doesn't have to fall asleep late, I feel like he's making this shit up. Because who that falls asleep early would want to research it that much, right? Like, it's got to be people that are actually like night owls who need to be like, oh, this is normal, instead of being like, whatever, you know? I'm like, this, I don't know. So I feel like half of what he was saying was true, but the other half I was like, I feel like he has a bit of a bias, because maybe he is a late sleeper and he just wants to say all this to prove that there's a connection, so that it'll be more normalized to fall asleep later, which I would love, but I'm just saying, I don't know if there's truly a genetical aspect of it. I just like falling asleep at midnight, getting up at 8, you know? And I do take a little bit long to wake up. But who knows? Maybe I can just blame it on genetics. You know? It'll be normalized in like 20 years, because you know, this shit ain't gonna be normalized anytime soon. It hasn't for the last 2,000 years at least. Ooh, okay, we're good. By the way, if anyone is actually a fan of like horror manga and Junji Ito, or even knows what I'm talking about, I am excited for like 2 things that are coming out. I believe one is a Netflix show about some of his like one shot kind of stories where it's where it's like a chapter of a book where they're animating that. And there is also a show coming out soon, or an anime coming out soon, I should say, that's going to be about Uzumaki, which is one of which is probably, I believe, his most famous work, in my opinion, and I think that's the name he's most attributed with, or that's the anime he's most attributed with. Which I think there's one that I like a little bit better. It's shorter, but I do like it better, probably just because it's shorter. But I would love to see. I can't wait to see how they, or just an anime version of what am I thinking here? Of Uzumaki. That's what I meant to say. Of Uzumaki. That's what I'd love to see the anime of, and just see it all animated. And the concept is like about spirals and how like certain people go mad from like everyone goes insane from spirals, whether they get obsessed with it, get insanely scared of it until the point where they die, whether it's one person who is obsessed with spirals turns himself into a spiral, breaking all his bones, and like basically becoming a spiral in a little wood crate thing, which is super terrifying imagery. And the wife of the person who becomes terrified of spirals learns that or eventually learns that there's a spiral shape inside her ear, and I believe she takes a big pin and right in her ear. But the sad part is, because she did that, she has now lost her sense of balance completely, and is in a constant state of vertigo, and only sees spirals. And that's just one part of the story, bro. There are snail people. There's a woman with a spiral on her head, which eventually she'd like which eventually her like brain starts coming out because it starts going deeper and deeper and deeper, and swallows and basically implodes her body, basically. Not in an actual implosion, but basically just, you know what I mean? So it's creepy stuff. I don't think I can really do this yet. I don't think there's a viable way I can do this. It's a shame, but no, I don't think there really is. Eye attached anywhere. Shit. Damn it.
Alright, well, I better end the stream here, guys. It's not too late in the night, but, I don't know, maybe I'll try and stream tomorrow. Who knows, maybe it might be Metroid Dread that I stream. Unless I find another game to stream, but, oh, and the audio's very awful right now, so that's a good time to end the stream. Perfect. Jesus Christ, it probably sounds fine on your end, but it is so bit crushed for me. Sweet, sweet silence. Alright. So, you won't be able to hear this bit, but I'm just gonna save. And, send you on your way. Oh, you can hear it. Wow. Neat. Good night, everybody. I'll see you when I see you. Either